Gary. Thank you for joining me today. We've been getting a lot of great feedback on our show's YouTube and Facebook pages, and I thank you for that. And locally, our show has been doing very well too. Now, I get a lot of emails, and I know a lot of you are scared. Hell, I don't blame you. I'm scared. But together, we've got to stand strong. Be prepared. Watch this show. I'll give you my insight, and I'll keep you safe. We gotta keep stepping on that brake. And once we've got this country slowed down, we're putting this once great nation back in reverse. Believe you me, it's gonna happen. Because these people, let's get to it. Last I checked, we're still at war. In fact, we're in another war. And speaking of war, what about these prisoners in Guantanamo Bay? Now, our current commander-in-chief ran on a platform that stated that he was going to close Guantanamo Bay. It's a stance that surely convinced a lot of liberals that he was on their side. But, of course, the prison remains open. Why is that, you may ask? Maybe he realizes that if he closes Gitmo, that these terrorists will either have to be put in our judicial system and kept in our prisons on our soil, which, if that happens, it would be easier for them to breed terrorism into the disenfranchised social miscreants that reside in our jails. Or he would have to send them to jails in foreign countries, jails that we can't regulate, as well as one of our own. So it looks like the so-called black eye of the Bush administration was in fact the only option and should be celebrated for its effectiveness. Now, since we're on the topic of Cuba, Fidel Castro recently announced that he hadn't been the leader of Cuba since his emergency intestinal surgery in 2005, saying that he's not been in control over the last 6 years. Now that means the man who has terrorized every president since Lyndon B. Johnson hasn't been in control during this president's reign. That would mean that the communist threat from the South was squelched under the Bush administration, a threat that concerned 8 sitting presidents. But now that it's official that Castro is out, we'll have to see how the new president does when they replace Castro with another communist leader. He should at least be able to speak his language, I would imagine, what with the spreading of that Marxist healthcare system into our government. Believe me, we will all soon be shopping where we are told to shop, going to healthcare providers the government gives you, and reading what the government wants us to read. It's time to pick a side. The right or the wrong, and the right side is the right side. But how can you be sure you're on the right side? And how can you make sure that the ones you love are on the right side? There is this fear that if we all aren't on the same sane path, then we are all destined for certain doom. Now, if only there was a way to get the word out. We have the airwaves. There are a few truth-speaking brothers in television and radio that have been wonderful allies, but is that enough? If only you had something sitting around the house that maybe a guest could casually flip through at a social event, or maybe something that you could give their friends who are looking for the answers to those questions we're all afraid to ask. I have the answer you're looking for. It's called Building the Ark. It's the perfect companion for anyone looking to expand on the knowledge they get from listening to me or any other proprietor of truth that they may listen to. It's a guide to saving America from itself. If you want to know how to do more and to get more people involved in the movement, then this is the book for you. Now, you'll be shocked to learn about all the misinformation that you've been fed over the years. Learning the truth is never easy. But once you start, you'll never put those blinders back on. You'll be the one in control. And with this tool, you'll allow the blind to see. They will see the true colors of our once majestic country and learn how we can restore our colors from green of greed back to red, white, and blue. That of our forefathers who fought for those values. The red used to mean hardiness and valor. What does it mean now? Maybe the redness in our faces that we haven't been able to elect someone who believes what the people believe and have believed in for some time now. The white used to stand for purity and innocence of our country. Now, what's been so pure about bilking its citizens out of its hard-earned money? And what's so innocent about the wars over oil that we've been waging for far too long? And the blue was to represent the chief, the man in charge. Ha! We've got no man in charge. This guy's a child. No, wait. That idiot, he's not in charge here. I would say that the blue stands for the people now. They are blue in the face from being suffocated with a debt and a promise of retirement that will never come. This is the world we live in today. You're fed up with it, and I want to help you. Climb aboard my ark, Erie. It's only going to get deeper.